So the young human sort of comes back and tells you all about the other room. He says it's a small room, a little bit bigger than the room that you're in right now. It looks like there were some goblins in it. There was a big table with a big pot of boiling water with onions and carrots and all sorts of good stuff in it. The pot was like big enough for, I don't know, a human or a dwarf to fit in.
Let's give them the benefit of the doubt and suggest that they're going to make some kind of chowder.
Perhaps, and that might explain why the humans were well fed and well taken care of during their stay in the goblin prison. There's not any goblins in there anymore, but he does seem to say that he sort of rifled through the chests and drawers and stuff. He found a key, and he's gonna give it to you guys because he trusts you guys know what you're doing because you seem like the big bad adventurer types. So congratulations, he gave you a key. You don't know what the key goes to, but you got a key.
That key could be the key to anything.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I think that we should continue down the hallway then.
It could be.
Wait, no.
Box of more keys.
I'm a control freak, so I go into the room to make sure everything that he said was accurate, and it turns out it was.
It was 100% accurate. He's not giving you the business.
When Judge comes back out of the room, I hide behind the corner and I scare him.
Cool.
All right.
I go, and then I like clutch my chest. I say, don't do that.
You say, oh, my pearls.
I'd say, I'm just kidding, old friend, and I hit him really hard on the shoulder.
I get knocked forward a little too much.
So, you guys walk down the hallway. You guys are walking.
Thad, get the gong of cheese.
Got it. Way ahead of you.
All right, good. Are we bringing the humans with us and the dwarfs?
I don't know. Are you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be awkward, too, because this cave only goes one way, so we're going to be, like, walking next to each other without talking if we don't.
It does. So you cordially invite them, knowing that from what you've seen so far, you're going to be stuck doing it anyway.
Right, yeah.
It's like when you say goodbye to someone, and then you, like, end up,
you
like,
walk to the car, but you
Yeah.
parked close to each other, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you guys you head down the corridor. You guys want to make any idle chit-chat while you're walking?
I say, aye, this weather.
I'm trying not to pass out from Michael Battleaxe hitting me in the back.
This weather in the cave.
I say, friend, if you feel like you're going to pass out, I could put you in my sleeping bag and carry you.
No, that's fine. I got better. What's Thad up to back there?
I'm concentrating very hard on trying to not drop the cheeses.
You're doing a fantastic job.
Clearly, we have established that this gong is very heavy and I can barely wield it.
Yeah.
So I'm doing everything in my power to concentrate on not dropping the cheeses.
Yeah. You're a little on the weedy side, being an elf and all, so it's very heavy for you. But
I asked the humans and dwarfs that we're traveling with, our companions, we'll call them, what they think the odds are on Thad dropping the cheeses, and if they'd like to take any bets.
The dwarf immediately says that the elf is going to drop it. Your elven companion immediately comes to his elven brother's defense, and the humans couldn't care less.
I'm walking in front of Michael Battleaxe and I'm rolling my eyes because I know that's the only safe place to do it.
It is. You're 100% safe.
I'm gathering money and placing bets on Thad dropping the gong of cheese, meanwhile, as we continue down the hallway.
All right, so you guys get to the end of the hallway, and it sort of empties out into sort of a large chamber, it looks like. It takes you about another 5 or 10 minutes of walking to get there, but when you do, you find another door. Would you guys like to go in? It's really your only choice, so I suggest you probably do.
We should send the dwarf in.
I agree. Let's have the dwarf scope it out.
The dwarf enters the room. He's tries to be sneaky, but he's not. He's pretty clumsy, as you've seen from the bag exploits of yore.
Ugh, this dwarf.
This dwarf is intolerable. I hope he dies in there.
He hears you say that.
I don't care. I'll hit him with my battle axe. Stupid dwarf.
He peeks his head in and immediately yanks his head out and goes running for the hills. He wants no part of whatever's in there.
I say, "Oh no, you don't!" and grab him by his collar as he tries to run away.
All right, you grab him
shove him back in the room.
Grab him by the scruff of the neck and sort of push him into the door. As you do, the door swings open, and you can see what is so horrifying, which was a big old goblin who you'd suspect is maybe the leader of these folks. And he is riding a monster. And the monster looks very similar to the that weird pumpkin dog fungus thing that you killed from that other guy, except a much bigger and much toothier version. It's big enough for a goblin to ride. It's sort of hopping all around the room, sort of erratically. And with him is a tiny, weedy little goblin with an enormous hammer. And just another goblin or two that are just like kind of chilling out in the corner, shooting the shit.
I whisper out of the side of my mouth to Diaper. I say, "That guy must be the goblin carpenter. I learned it in night school."
Yeah.
What? Go ahead.
During my night classes. Have they spotted us yet?
Yeah, they spotted you. So the dwarf sort of comes
The
tumbling
dwarf
in.
blew it.
I'm gonna throw this dwarf at all these goblins the first chance I get.
Cool. So you guys are still in the hallway, along with the people that you rescued that are sort of cowering behind you at this point. But you guys are just hanging out. You've got your compatriots behind you. The dwarf is again on his butt in the middle of a room full of goblins, which seems to be a running theme for this man. And
hopefully he'll die someday.
Again, he hears you.
Again, I don't care. I don't care if the goblin carpenter kills him.
So these two little goblins kind of come up and they take a stab at this guy with their spears. Let's see if they manage to hit him this time. Oh yeah, they get him good. Right in the stomach. He's not dead, but he's bleeding pretty heavily. So
I tell him to hang tough and stay out there.
We're gonna say Thad. Thad. Since your quickness is the highest right now, we're gonna let you go first.
Okay. I say, get out of the way to whoever's in front of me.
Okay. Michael Battleaxe is in front of you.
So. Okay. I say, get the hell out of the way.
So I can't till it's my turn if I understand the rules of this game correctly.
You can squeeze by him. It's no big deal.
So I squeeze by him.
Okay.
Over into the right front corner of the room.
Okay. Zoop.
From there, I take a shot at the goblin that's to the right of the dwarf.
Okay, cool. So, you take a shot at the goblin that's pretty close to you. Unfortunately, because you had to squeeze through, you can't really be too sneaky about it. But you can be careful, because that kind of sounds like the approach that you took. You carefully squeezed in between your two friends, and now you're trying to pop a shot at close range. So let's see if you manage to hit. Unfortunately, careful is your worst stat. Sorry about that, buddy. No, you fail pretty spectacularly. You get all kind of caught up in your bowstring, and you're not having much luck here. So, nope, you missed the goblin, but they're not attacking you at least right now. So
I yell to the dwarf, well, you had a good run. I tried.
You wouldn't have missed that shot if you weren't so weak, I yelled at the dwarf.
I say, give me a break. It's my first day.
It's either Michael Battleaxe's or Judge's turn. Whoever wants to go next. Feel free.
I'd like to go next.
Okay, sure. What would you like to do?
So I noticed before when I told Michael Battleaxe about the Goblin Carpenter, I noticed that he didn't really give me much of a reaction. So I'm starting to feel a little insecure about it. So in order to quell my own insecurities about the way that Michael Battleaxe views me, I do one of my own stunts.
Okay, great.
Which, if you'll refer to the documentation in whatever way it's provided,
right.
My stunt is that I could do like a really powerful spell.
Yes.
But if it fails, it goes like really bad.
Yes, it goes really badly for you.
So I tell Diaper, I'm like, hey, watch this. we gotta make sure that this guy survives, or else our reputation is gonna be ruined as the Millionaire Mercenaries.
Who, the dwarf?
Yeah, if he dies on our watch, it's going to be a problem for us. So this is also, just a way to like impress Michael Battleaxe.
Okay.
Who, again, I feel is faltering in his faith in me. So I'm going to cast the Fire Raga.
Okay, I love it.
Which is a very high level spell.
Yes.
That I've heard about.
Right.
But I haven't really studied too hard.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, that's great. So we're gonna say that's a fire attack spell that's going to target every enemy in the room. Okay. So let's roll this out. This is obviously going to be a flashy attack. You're kind of at the mercy of the dice here, so hopefully it goes well for you. Let's check it out. And actually, it no, it doesn't.
Oh no.
So unfortunately, you roll 3 blanks and 1 negative. So I think the way that I wrote the rule is if you roll more negatives than positives, something goes wrong. Now, because you only failed slightly, things aren't going to go too terribly for you. But so you sort of take your wand and like circle it in the air above
My wand
your head.
that has a star at the end of it.
Wand that has a star at the end of it. And you circle it above your head, and it starts to trail sparks, and it looks like it's slowly building up force. But unfortunately, while you're waving it around your head, you're right next to your friend Michael Battleaxe, who's covered in furs.
Uh-oh.
So some of those sparks...
GG, if that thing lights me on fire, I swear to...
Some of those sparks start to drop onto our friend Michael Battleaxe's cape. Nice fur cape he's got there.
All right, I see this happening, but like I can't.
You can't stop.
I'm committed to the spell, so like I'm like wincing because I'm noticing it, but I'm hoping that'll just like work.
Right. So and his I don't know if that thing's real oily or what's going on with that cape, but it just
it's all the dang cheesy.
It's my baby oil I put on my body.
It's all the baby oil, and you've just been wiping his cheesy hands on there.
It's a lot of grease and oil on Michael Battleaxe at all times.
Grease, oil, and fur.
That thing just goes up in flames. Now, Judge, you complete the rest of the spell, and you actually manage to do quite a bit of damage to the goblins in front, because your roll did succeed to hit these goblins. So the 2 goblins that were attacking our dwarven friend are sort of vaporized by the intense flames of this spell. It looks like you caught the dwarf a little bit too, unfortunately.
Good.
He's not moving. I don't know. He might be okay. He might not be.
Fine.
The 2 goblins in the back of the room, the goblin carpenter and the goblin riding the big orange jumpy pumpkin with a big stick with a nail in it. They seem to be okay. You didn't get them with the spell.
Am I on fire?
Yeah, you're on fire.
Okay. Just
Also,
sure.
it's your turn.
Okay. As a giant barbarian on fire,
Yeah.
I walk out slowly into the room,
Okay. Sure.
and I want to attack the giant pumpkin goblin while I'm on fire.
Let's not say that you walk slowly. Let's say you enraged by your favorite cape being destroyed.
Your favorite smelliest, oiliest cape.
You charge furiously at the pumpkin goblin guy.
But the point of the sight of a giant barbarian with a cape of fire,
Yeah.
carrying a battle axe, scares the pumpkin goblin so much that it looks like I'm moving slowly to him.
Okay. Yeah. We'll go with that. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you charge him. I assume you're gonna make an attack.
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess,
swing your battle axe at him.
I want to do my attack 1.
Great. We're going to say it's pretty flashy, this whole thing going down. It's like right out of a John Woo film.
But I didn't make it flashy. He set me on fire.
Right, but it's inherently flashy. So we're going to use your flashy attack because this is so cinematic. This man on fire running to attack this weird hoppy pumpkin.
Yeah, Michael Battleaxe is a man on fire.
He's doing the thing that like all those pyrotechnician guys do when they're lit on fire, where like they wave their arms and they like walk around.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Okay, let's see how this goes for you.
I'm doing that.
Great, it's good enough to hit the goblin, just because that was really cool.
Now, is there an added fire elemental attack?
Not really, because your axes aren't on fire. It's mostly just you. Also, right now you're taking damage. I'm keeping track of it. You don't need to worry about it right now.
Wait, what about this though, Anthony? What if Michael Battleaxe scratches his butt with his axe, and that's how it got all greasy, and thus it could be ignited?
Yeah.
Maybe. But that's not what's going on.
I won't push the issue.
Also, I'm not taking another action point, but I'm just saying all this cheese make me feel a little gassy.
Oh, here we go.
And I just wanted to point out, Anthony, that you have Michael Battleaxe positioned a little incorrectly on your little board there.
Okay, where would you like him?
I wanted to be between the pumpkin and the carpenter.
Oh, like right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So that's where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So you're on fire. It's starting to sizzle a little bit, but you're not feeling too affected by it at this particular second. But who knows how that could change quickly, and it will. So it looks like it's your compatriots' turn. They're kind of just all going to crowd around their dwarf friend and try and revitalize him. Unfortunately, they're like kind of in the way for Judge there. They're not being too considerate of this fight, so they're trying to help their friend. I don't know if they're going to be successful. We'll roll for it later, but for now we're going to say that the goblins are up. So the big hoppy pumpkin guy, he's going to sort of like hop around to over here. He's like really erratic, kind of hard to hit. But he's going to take a swing at you there, despite the fact that you're on fire and he's got a club. So, who knows? No, he doesn't have a whole lot of success. You're too much of an inferno right now for him to do much damage to you to get an accurate shot. The goblin carpenter with the enormous hammer, he's going to do the same thing. He's going to turn and try and whack him. And they're going to get a little bit of a bonus right now because they're attacking you from both sides. So we'll see how they do here. They roll nothing, but he's going to get a bonus for being sneaky. So I haven't programmed that in. So we're gonna let that one hit, unfortunately for you, because you're being flanked so effectively. Now you're immediately sort of surprised because this goblin's real weedy. He's kind of a tiny dude, but he's got an enormous hammer, and he is way quicker with that thing than you would really expect. So you don't know what's going on there.
So he's like a tiny goblin with a big hammer hitting me really quickly.
Yes, and he smashes your foot. He just gets you right on the toe.
Ouch.
Yeah, so
that hurts.
You're smart, and your cloak is on fire, and you're sort of now you're hopping up and down,
grabbing his foot,
and I'm feeling gassy.
And you're feeling gassy as well. So, I think that brings us back to our friend Thad. Yeah, Thad Noble.
Cool.
You're up.
I see the predicament that Michael's put himself in, and I decide I'm going to take some drastic action. So my plan is to attempt to shoot the club out of the main goblin's hand.
Okay.
Now
to buy Michael some time.
Now, Thad, I want to yell out to Thad some advice.
Sure, go for it.
Make sure you fire the arrow past my backside.
It's a Legend of Zelda trick. I know that one.
I say, you got it. This is going to be great.
Good.
All right.
I say, watch this.
Well, let's watch it. Let's see it. This is gonna be this has got to be flashy, right? All right,
for sure.
Let's check it out. Oh, wow, spectacular! You only have a 1 in your flashy approach, Thad, but you managed to roll 3 successes for a total of 4. So it does exactly what you want it to. You just managed to graze Michael's flaming cape, light your arrow on fire, and it hits the club that the crazy pumpkin goblin is riding, knocking it from his hands and also engulfing it in flame for no real reason. But now it's tinder.
Also, for added flashiness, you don't need to add this to the score. I let out a little toot as it goes by, as the arrow whizzes by from the cheese I've been eating.
Okay.
Helping to ignite the arrow.
The human closest to you sort of turns around and acknowledges. Sort of gives you like the, heh, good one, bro.
Alright, cool. Keep going.
Okay. Thad, you didn't really do anything else, so you can make another attack if you want.
All right, I'm going to shoot at the smallest goblin.
Okay, just making a regular attack here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to say this is a quick one, because you're doing 2 in succession. So you reload and re-aim, and it's another success for you. So you hit the goblin, the tiny little goblin, and he's so small that the force of the arrow hitting him like knocks him back like a square and into the wall. He's not dead, but he looks mighty peeved. So, and he's got an arrow sticking out of his his leg, his tiny little goblin leg.
I tell the little goblin, it doesn't feel good when someone does it to you, does it, Sweepy?
All right, I think that brings Judge up. So, Judge, what would you like to do?
I'd like to walk up to the dwarf while all those other guys are like trying to like resuscitate him, and I feign concern for his well-being because I know once these guys get out of the cave, they're gonna like talk about their experience here. So I'm like really concerned about our reputation first and foremost. So I'm saying stuff like, "Oh, is he okay? You know, I know cure."
Okay.
So, do I get to do another thing, or is this?
Yeah, no, you can do another
okay.
thing. You can do another thing.
And so after I do all that, I go, well, if you need anything, let me know. And so I'm in a better position now.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, so I will do my famous my magic missile, but I want to impress these guys.
Okay.
That I'm next to, and so I conjure up the biggest, craggiest rock that you could ever imagine to use as my magic missile to attack the main goblin guy.
Okay, let's see it. Let's see what we can do here. This is flashy attack. Oh, and it succeeds with gusto. So yeah, you actually managed to separate the goblin from the crazy jumpy pumpkin beast.
It's a mount.
Yeah. You knock him right off that sucker.
He must be level 40.
Cool joke. He looks like he looks pretty dazed. He's lost his club. Now he's off his mount. If he was in an old arcade game, he would be flashing yellow and red. So I think it's the goblin's turn again now, or no? Is it? We've got Michael Battleaxe here.
I believe it's mine. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Now I can't do an HP check of these enemies at all, can I?
No. Here we use our words in Dungeons and Dragons. So. We use our words. So I'll tell you that the goblin that was previously riding the jumpy pumpkin dog thing.
Oh, okay.
Is he's looking real bad, he's bleeding.
You said they're flashing yellow and red, like you said. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
His pumpkin mount seems to be pretty healthy and enthusiastic. He's still in this fight, that's for sure. And the little goblin carpenter compatriot, he looks bruised and battered, but he's still ready to fight.
Does the pumpkin mount seem loyal to his master? Does he seem ready to go back to him or attack me?
You can't really tell. He looks like he's going to attack you. He doesn't look like he's going to defend his master or anything.
Okay. Now, I take off my cape, and I wrap it around my battle axe.
Okay.
My cape is still on fire, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going, ooch, hot,
Yeah.
ooch, when I do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I wrap it around, using the tying skills that I've already showcased earlier.
You have, yeah.
And I swing my battle axe at the big goblin that's been dismounted.
Okay. Let's see if you manage to hit it. It's going to be a flashy attack. And yeah, you clobber him. He looks like he's out of this fight.
Okay.
You hit him right on the money. So yeah, I think we're going to say that's your turn because you had to take some time fashioning your axe into some sort of weird fire torch thing. So,
after I kill him too, I do like a flashy dance move.
Okay, cool.
Like the chicken dance kind of. Or
you
something.
You spin your sword around or your.
Or I
axe
pretend
around.
like I'm mixing a bowl of cereal or something.
Cool.
Like
I love that podcast.
What? Okay.
So it's the goblin's turn. So the little pumpkin ball thing is going to attack Michael Battleaxe, and the carpenter with the big hammer. He's charging Thad Nobleman because Thad hit him with that arrow. So effectively, last turn he sees the real threat right here. So we're gonna see if the carpenter goblin can whack Thad.
Better
here.
stop him, Thad. He's gonna get our cheeses.
Oh God,
no.
that's right, the cheeses.
Thad manages to deftly maneuver around the goblin's attack. And now the orange pumpkin ball thing. He's going to try and take a bite out of your thigh there, Michael Battleaxe. And no, you somehow managed to avoid him. So it looks like you guys are up, and things seem to have swung in your favor here. So...
Wait, did the pumpkin try to eat me?
Yeah, he tried to take a big old bite out of your thigh.
That's outrageous. Where I'm from, we eat pumpkins. Not pumpkins eating humans.
That's why we're living in a realm of fantasy and adventure.
A near-Earth myth.
Yeah. Okay, so Thad, you're up. You got a goblin right in your business.
All right. So now I'm just frustrated with this dumb goblin that won't die. So because he's all up in my business, I'm just going to rear my leg back and try to kick his head off as hard as I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
He should be at perfect height so I can get good leverage and just knock his head clear off.
No. Before Thad does this, I hold my arms up like a field goal. Like I'm making a field goal post.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, let's see if he can do it. This is gonna be a forceful attack from Thad.
Before you roll, I turn my head slightly in anticipation of there being blood.
Okay, I rolled, and unfortunately for Thad, he failed his attack, but we have some things that we haven't been really using called fate points, which if you give me a reason as to why you should be able to re-roll that attack, I'll let you re-roll it. So, Thad, give me a reason.
So I kick and I totally whiff, but because I have such great agility, I'm able to hop on my other foot.
Okay.
And try to kick with the other foot.
All right, that's good enough for me. Let's see it. Oh, wow. This has been the highest roll so far. You rolled 4 successes.
Wow.
And you kick his head clean off right between Michael Battleaxe's outstretched field goal arms.
It's good.
It is good.
So while I was doing that, I put my arms straight at my sides so it looked like I was river dancing.
Yeah.
Which everyone knows is the national dance of the elves. So,
Judge used to start clapping on his river dancing.
So after Thad missed his first kick, I thought I thought it was done. So I breathed a sigh of relief and I just kept looking at him, and then he did that, and then I saw the whole thing in full force. So I'm incapacitated because it was so sickening.
oh no.
And in my fervor to make sure this worked, I didn't realize the consequences of what I would do, and I start gagging from seeing all the blood.
If you're gonna vomit on the dwarf.
My only concern is to protect the cheeses. Also, I at the last second, knelt down to protect the cheese from any blood spray.
Good thinking.
Yeah, it's thinking on your feet.
As an added benefit of this attack, since it was so successful, the that crazy jumpy pumpkin thing is totally distracted, and he goes over and starts munching on the goblin's head that you just knocked clean off. So
this world is so violent. Oh my god.
He is no longer really paying attention to the fight. I don't know why. I mean, there's dangers all around him, but he's just not that smart. So
he's got seeds for brains.
Indeed. Michael Battleaxe, you want to finish this one?
Yeah, but before I do,
okay.
now I'm going to smash this pumpkin.
Okay.
Like that band Pearl Jam.
Yeah. Before I do, I want to take this time to formally apologize to my partner Judge. That I didn't laugh at his joke he had earlier, and it made him feel a little insecure.
It wasn't a joke. I was trying to give you a fact. But go ahead.
He felt a little insecure, and sometimes Michael Battleaxe, I know I talk a lot, but sometimes it's hard to get the words out because my mouth feels like it's on mute, or my microphone's on mute. And I just want to say I'm sorry, and I hope you're hearing all this as you lay there incapacitated. And I smashed the pumpkin.
All right, congratulations. You didn't even need to roll. You smashed that pumpkin.
I heard none of it.
Good.
Yeah, Judge heard none of it.
It's full of seeds in that weird stringy pumpkin gut stuff, but alive for some reason.
What?
Well, it was alive before. Now it's truly
Right, now it's dead. So congratulations, you guys. That's like your first little boss encounter there. You guys handled it with ease.
I spin my battle axe like Cloud Strife in Final Fantasy.
I like it.
I'm still on the floor.
Dad, what's your victory dance? Dad?
Oh, my victory dance? More river dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Indistinguishable from your kicks before. Yes.
I never stopped river dancing.
While covering the cheese.
That's my motto as a person. Never stop river dancing.
It's a good motto.
Good work, boys. I pick Juji up from the ground. I dust him off, and I give him a chest bump.
I fall over.
Incapacitated again.
Again. I hit my head on a stalactite.
He is a frail and weedy wizard.
I'm just how this universe's God made me.
So, you notice at the end of at the far end of the room, there's a door. It's got a lock on it. I wonder what you guys should do about that.
All right. Well, first, Michael Battleaxe, you should try attacking it.
The door?
Yeah.
First, before
it's
I
not like
attack
you got a
it,
key or anything.
I have a question to the universe. Let's say.
Okay.
Am I still on fire, or my axe wrapped in a cape on fire?
Yeah, it's kind of smoldering at this point.
Okay. I just want to make sure, if we had to put me out,
No, you're okay.
I attack the door. Oh, wait, no. I don't attack the door. I think better of it.
Okay.
I pick up the dwarf, which I'm not sure is dead or not. And I throw him at the door with all my force.
It makes sense, because last time you threw the dwarf, it opened the door. So I see where your logic is there. That's smart. Let's
hasn't failed us yet.
Let's see if the dwarf manages to burst through the door. We're going to roll an attack here. Yeah. That's another 5. Congratulations. The dwarf goes
broke right through it.
head first through the door. Wood splinters and metal shavings are everywhere. The dwarf is, you think, concussed and not moving, but you're not 100% sure. But there's a big dwarf-sized hole in the door now, so.
Cool.
All right, so I take out the key and I say, guess we don't need this. And I find the nearest toilet and flush the key down it.
Great. You throw it in a refuse pile in the corner
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the key.
All right. So you guys keep walking. And the now that I don't actually have to map it out, the tunnels get really curvy and windy, and they go up and down, because I don't have to represent it anymore. After walking for about 20 minutes or so, you find the exit to the cave, and you see your hometown, Anytown, sort of in the distance there. It looks like it's going to take you a little while to walk there, but it doesn't seem like there's anything impeding you. So you guys are just sort of out in the countryside now. What do you want to walk towards town, or do you want to have a picnic with all your cheeses? I don't know. What do you want to do?
It was an adventure hard won. So I think we've earned a little bit of those bland cheeses that Diaper was eating and that soiled rags of his.
All right.
Yes, that sounds good.
You guys sit down and have a thoroughly mediocre picnic.
I use the dwarf as a table to eat my cheeses off.
Fair enough.
Which I'm not sure is a corpse or not yet, but I'm carrying him around, dragging him by his ankle.
He's getting colder by the second, but you don't... You're a big dumb barbarian. You don't know. He's
dragging him face down. He's collecting all this dirt and like rocks in his nostrils.
He'll probably be fine.
Dwarves like that.
You'll toughen him up, I say.
Exactly. Toughen that guy up. Big sissy.
And based on my noble past, I shove cheese into the dwarf's mouth and make him taste it for me to make sure it's not poisoned.
It just falls out of his mouth.
I can't tell if he's been poisoned or not because he's so beat up, but I eat the cheese anyway.
Okay. No, it was cheese. That's about all you can say about the cheese. So, after your delightful picnic, you kind of pick yourself up and dust yourself off and head back towards Anytown. As you start to get close, you notice something's not quite right. There's like maybe some smoke coming from the city. Not a ton, but more than usual. And you notice people fleeing from the gates of Anytown in droves. As you get closer, you manage to stop one sort of villager lady, and you say, "What's going on?" And she just screams. She looks terrified and screams, "The rats! The rats!"